It's pronounced Vag and I'm Adam, and in this video we're working on Grant's MK7.5 GTI Rabbit to install the Aerofabb side splitters. And so we're about to crack into them. Take a look right now. All right, so here we have Aerofabb. I already cut this open once, but Grant's gonna cut it open. When Aerofabb packages these, there's staples in the side. I've already taken the staples out. He's just getting into it for the first time because I really wanted to look at the instructions before we got going. I was not patient. You'll see as he's opening this that Aerofabb packaging is always pretty immaculate. I call it the OCD packaging, where you have some protective cardboard on top, and there's the side splitters. They are packaged with, like a plastic bag around them to help protect them. Saran wrap to a piece, yeah, there you go, that has some bracing on the underside, and then you'll see there's some of the hardware, and you also got a air freshener. All right, we just slid these babies out of the bag. There's the QC stickers on them. Marco touched these ones on January 7th, 2021. And here is the sweet Aerofabb badge. This is actually set in here. I've already installed my set on the MK7 Golf R, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about the differences. These cutouts are all specific to the MK7 GTI. There are these cutouts for the arrows where the jacking point is. This will help line it up. On the MK7 Golf R, it was more of a free-floating kind of line it up at the edge and the jacking point cutout. It was still super easy to align, but this one is going to be even easier to align and get pre-drilled, installed. What do you think?
Ready to go. I'm excited. All
right, so underneath these side splitters, like we saw before, is the hardware, and Grant got an air freshener. Did you get an air freshener with the last bits?
I did. I haven't put it in my car yet.
Oh, shame on you.
I know.
All right, so here is all the stuff that was packaged in there. We've got the air freshener, sticker, Sour Patch Kid, instructions, and all your hardware. Make sure that, just like the first note says, confirm no hardware is missing before install. So we're gonna check this out. We should have everything there. We'll count it up. All right, Grant has just gone through and counted up. He has 22 of the screws and 22 fender washers. So we're gonna start on the next step to prepare. We're gonna jack the car up and we're gonna clean on the underside of the side skirt, and then we'll do the next thing. When you're doing this install, you're going to need some tools and other things to get you going. You're going to need a drill with a 3/32 drill bit on there, a T20 Torx driver. You're also going to need a shop rag and some cleaning product to clean the underside of the side skirt there. And then also definitely get a helping hand. I just want to speak to our jacking situation here. I don't think that it's totally necessary to get the car up this high. It's obviously helpful, but the reason that we got it up this high is just really for filming purpose and to show you guys exactly what we're doing. I think that if you have some car ramps, that might be enough to be able to get under it. What you have to consider is the width of this drill, or whatever drill you have, and your hand tools to be able to get under there and enough room to see. But right now we've probably got the car jacked up, 14 inches or so, and it works perfect for us for filming. It's enough room to see, but I know not everybody's gonna have that capability. I have a 3-ton jack that can jack up way higher than this, but this is all we needed. So anyway, do whatever you can to get the car up as high as you need to be able to see underneath there. All right, so Grant is cleaning the underside of his side skirts right now. Unlike my MK7 Golf R that is painted side skirts, these are the OEM kind of textured ABS plastic. So I think these are pretty durable. You can really just focus on making sure that there's no junk under here or like rocks that are embedded into it. The point is to basically make sure that there's nothing under here that's going to prevent the side splitters from mounting flush to that surface. All right, so on these side splitters, you'll notice they are cut perfectly to fit the MK7.5 GTI. There's a little bit of shape. They're a little wider in the rear than they are at the front. And then there's also the cutouts for the jack points and these arrows where it will fit right up on the embossed arrows that are underneath the side skirts. One super cool thing about the Aerofabb product is the badge. But they also have chamfered the edge of all of their products. You know, you'll find this on the side splitter, the front splitter, and maybe some of their other products that I haven't seen yet. But this surface is lightly textured, but it is much more scratch resistant than some of their older material that they used to use. Okay, so even though we have two sets of hands, 4 hands total, we're using the bottle jacks to help hold this up so we can really show you exactly how well this aligns. I wanted to show you the detail of the triangle where the jack mount or jack pad is, jacking point. And so that is just going to fit right in there. Grant, you go ahead and put that up. It fits just right in there perfect. You have to kind of find the spot. Oh boy.
Look for it. There we go.
Yeah, okay, there we go. And then this will sit perfectly flush. There's a little bit of adjustability front to back, maybe like 1/8 of an inch. So you can figure out exactly where you need to go, hold it in place or have somebody else hold it in place, and then you can pre-drill your holes. We're going to figure it out for ourselves, jack it up and really kind of pinch it in place, and we'll do all the pre-drilling. All right, so we have just aligned this side splitter up to the side skirt. Like I showed before, there's the triangle. You'll just put it right up there. It'll be nicely flush mounted, and you'll line up on the backside here. You know, there is plenty of room for whatever jacking you need to do. No concerns about that. That was something some folks were asking me who knew I got some of this product, if that was going to cause any interference, but it's not, and it's gonna look badass. All right, we have the side splitter aligned and we're just about to start pre-drilling. But before we do that, I just wanted to show some detail about the hardware. There is stainless steel washers, stainless steel self-tapping screws that are the T20 Torx, which is really awesome because then it makes it consistent with the rest of the hardware that's on the car. The pilot hole we are going to drill is a 3/32. If you don't know what size your drill bit is, just make sure you do a little comparison. You want it to be slightly smaller than the base depth of the shaft, as Grant called it, of the screw. So if you make this hole too big, you're not going to end up having anything to grip to. When we put the pilot hole in, we're just going to go in and out once. We're not going to ream it out. We don't want a ton of material to come out of there. So again, these are self-tapping. It's just going to be threading into the plastic itself. But from this guy, I know that it was definitely enough. It's super strong to hold it. So we'll also do a little quick jiggle test on this one. All right, so while Grant's double checking the alignment, one thing that we want to point out too is that when you're drilling these pilot holes, make sure you don't puncture too far through. You just want to break through the surface of this material so that you don't end up screwing or drilling into your rocker. We'll see how this goes first time. I think you're kind of babying it.
Stop making fun of me, man.
Kind of
Be careful.
I'm drilling into my car.
Scary stuff.
So many holes have been drilled.
Car destroyed. Warranty voided.
Yeah. Grant just got done pre-drilling all of those holes, so he's lowering this down. So we're going to clean up all the plastic debris from the pilot holes we just drilled. We're going to use a razor blade and just kind of shave off whatever's there. All right, so we just got the bottom side kind of shaved off of the pilot hole debris. Next up in the Aerofabb instructions, it says to basically install the hardware, but they also recommend you working toward the center. So what we're going to do is we're going to hold this up together. Grant's going to screw in the front and then screw in the back, and then we'll kind of alternate and work toward the center of the car. We'll show you what it looks like. Okay, this looks pretty well aligned here. There we go. I'm in.
Cool.
Center. Awesome.
That's it,
Yeah,
right?
just leave it like that.
You get that sound going on the road.
Yeah.
I don't hear the rear clunk. The clunk comes in my suspension.
And make sure that when you are installing this hardware, you are not using a drill to do this. Hand tools only, because you're just screwing into plastic and you really got to feel how tight it is. All right, Grant is just putting in the last piece of hardware on this passenger side, and we're gonna lower the car down and take a look at what it looks like on the ground with the front wheel on. What do you think, bud?
Looks
Can you give it
awesome,
the
up
little
close.
jiggle test? Give us one of those. That's on there. Can you stand on it?
Yeah.
All right, so Grant has just got the car down. We haven't backed it off yet, so it might be a little higher than it normally sits, but check out the side splitter on there. That looks flippin' rad with the OEM side skirt on there. Look at that. In this lighting, the color looks a little bit different, but in person, it's not a whole lot different. But I really like the way that this steps down, where you have that OEM like little side splitter with this Aerofabb side splitter on there. It just kind of like rolls out really nicely. What do you think?
I think it looks great. To your point on the color, though, since I didn't get a good thorough clean on my OEM skirt, that's probably
Yeah, maybe that's part of the reason why. It's just a little dirty on that OEM.
I just didn't really fully clean it, but when I am able to wash the car off, I bet they'll look quite nice.
So one thing Grant was asking about before we got these products was about the texture difference between Aerofabb's product and the OEM side skirts for the Mark 7.5 GTI. It's not that much different. You can see really close up that there's a little bit of difference, but when you're backed off, you can see there's a little bit of texture on both, but you can't really tell that difference there. It looks really good though. Are you happy with it, Mr. Light Bar Face?
Absolutely.
All right, we're completed on both the Mark 7.5 GTI Aerofabb side splitters and the Mark 7 Golf R side splitters. One cool thing that they have done is that because the OEM side skirts has a bit of a bow in it, they follow that shape all the way from the front to the back. So it has a really nice line, where on the Mark 7 Golf R, the side skirt is pretty darn straight, and you can see that the side splitter is also that way. To step over to the Mark 7.5 GTI, you can see a little bit of that curve there where it bows. Just all that attention to detail makes the difference.